everybody, I'm Haunted, and I'm so behind on things. It's crazy. So I have had a bunch of plants that I kind of got on a plant kick, and I had to get a plant haul, you guys. So we're doing a plant haul today. But yeah, I have tons of plants to show you. It's going to be super fun. They're also beautiful. And I also have 2 mystery boxes here that I've had at the house for at least 2 weeks or something. And I just haven't had time to unbox them. Hopefully we can get to that. Today's Thursday already, so it'll probably be next week before we get to them. But I hope next week rolls around we actually can do that. Like, we actually get to it this time. I'm so sorry that I've been so far behind on just everything. Like, it's hard to keep up with life, you know? But yeah, I'm doing my plant haul today because I didn't want to wait any longer than I absolutely have to show you these beautiful babies, because I've been so very excited about them. And let's go ahead and get into it. So the very first thing I have is 3 tiny little pots. You guys know that lately I've been getting back more into my love of the spooky and the macabre and the horror genre and stuff that I used to be into years ago, and I kind of pretty much cut out of my life for several years because of my mom having cancer. Just kind of like traumatized me, and I guess I'm kind of getting back to a place where I can handle things a little bit once again. But anyway, I got these really cute, spooky, horror themed pots. They're teeny tiny. They're from a shop on Etsy called Hollow Casket Designs. And so we have Scream, which is just probably one of the top favorite classic 90s horror that I can even think of. And definitely Scream and Blair Witch Project really just absolutely iconic to the genre, the entire genre, you know? Horror would not be the same without those 2 movies. Plus, I'm a 90s gal, so we have Scream. And inside is a Hoya Carrie. Okay, and the Hoya Carrie you may see in your local Ace or something like that. And it is a heart-shaped succulent. And normally you just see it with 1 leaf. It's just a succulent that has 1 leaf. Well, I recently learned an interesting fact that will make you feel very ripped off if you have ever bought one of those, which is the vast majority of the time, that 1 leaf is never going to turn into anything. It's never going to grow, because you have to have like enough of a vine of the plant to have like at least 1 node on it, or it can never grow. So I bought a Hoya Carrie online on Etsy. I just searched Hoya Carrie. It's Kerri. And I bought like a full plant of it so that I could actually grow them instead of just having a leaf that will never produce anything, do anything with its poor little life. So this one has 2 leaves on it. And then I also have another one, which is Halloween. And as you can see, this one has 2 leaves and then a big old vine with another leaf very tall on it. So this one is, that one's my favorite pot of the 3, but this one is like, I love how he's just so tall. He's just standing tall and happy. Little Halloween. And then finally I got a Hoya Carrie in the variegated form, and that is the 3rd pot, and it is Friday the 13th. Why are you going so blurry on me? There we go, Friday the 13th. And here is the beautiful variegation around the outside of the leaves there. Cute little hearts. I thought it would be such a cute little thing to have for Valentine's Day, Halloween, all that. So I've got lots more plants over here. The next plants that I got are from a website called Fantastic Gardens of LI.com, and it stands for Long Island. It's a company called Fantastic Gardens of Long Island. And I got this. It is called String of Hearts succulent. And I got one order of the variegated and one order of the non-variegated. So you can see right there with the white around the outside of the leaf, that is the variegated. And then the non-variegated is the ones that are green like this. Totally green. Beautiful green. So I got the String of Hearts. Because me and my mom love succulents. She would normally tend towards the non-variegated for like the classic green look. And I would tend towards the variegated because I'd be like, ooh, something different, you know? And so I kind of just mixed them together and planted them in this. And now I'm kind of thinking to myself, should I have really mixed them together or should I have just put them in two different pots? I don't know. But whatever. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to hang it up. I got some big, very big, tall poles off of Amazon. And then I got some beautiful teal plant hangers. And I'm going to hang these. So this is my first one. The second one I got is String of Turtles. And you guys know why I got that one. My mama was turtly crazy about turtles. So here's the String of Turtles. And the website advertised it as being in a 6-inch pot. And then when I got it in the mail, it was only in a 4-inch pot. So that was a little disappointing because as you can see, like it doesn't fill out the pot and it looks dinky because it wasn't the 6-inch that I ordered. So I didn't get the best deal on that, but hopefully once the weather warms up a little bit and the sun comes out a little bit more and things start growing, it's gonna grow and fill out and be really cute. And I'll show you the plant hangers that I got. The plant hangers I got are these. I got them off Amazon. So I got big, tall plant poles that have two thingies. So you can hang two pots, one on each side of the plant hanger, like the pole. And it's like a 90-something inch black pole. And then it has stakes. You stake it into the ground. And it has like really big sturdy stakes. So you can really get it into the ground good and make it sturdy. And then I got these plant hangers off of Amazon. As you can see, they're like a beautiful deep green, very deep green. And they have like dark, is that black? Yeah, I guess it's black beads on them. And my mom used to be able to make macrame plant hangers years and years and years ago. And she used to have one that she made. It was like natural colored at our old house, like the first house we lived in when I was a kid. So these things always remind me of her. So I'm going to hang, it comes with, comes in a 4-pack. So I have 4 of these. And then I'm going to hang one on each side of the pole. And I got 2 poles. And then this is about 30-something inches long. So I'm hoping it'll end up being to where the top of the pot is right at about this level, so that way you can see the beautiful plant in the pot easily instead of it being way too high or way too low for your viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that works out good. Then you just take your beautiful pot and let's see how this looks. Well, I probably need to work with it when I'm outside and I have this hanging from the pole, so that way I can have two hands free to kind of work with it some. I think I need two hands to do it, but I think it'll be really cute, and I think the white will look pretty with the green. And so that's what I'm going to do with those two pots, is hang them up with these. And then what I was going to do with the other two plant hangers I have is hang up two of these. But then when I got them in the mail, the pots turned out to be itty bitty, like a lot smaller than what I had anticipated. So I think they'll be probably too small, and they'll probably just fall out of this. And I probably won't be able to do that. So I don't know. I'll give it a go, and if that doesn't work out to where I can use these because they're just too teeny tiny to stay in a big old plant hanger like this, is what I'm thinking. But see, wouldn't that look so pretty with the black and the white and the green? Like, I just thought that would be so pretty. It would have been so perfect if these were just like 6-inch pots instead of like 4-inch pots. That would have been perfect. But if this will not work out with this, which I'm thinking is going to be the case, I have two other white pots like this one that have my rabbit's foot ferns in them that I showed you guys on the last plant haul. And so I'll just take my two rabbit's foot ferns in pots just like this, and I'll hang them up on the poles instead. And that'll be pretty because the rabbit's feet fern, if you remember, they're like really nice big bushy ones. They're really pretty, and they have lots of little feet all around them. It's so cool. So that's my plan for that. And I think it's going to turn out really nice. Maybe at the very end of this video, I can go hang them up and then like turn it off, hang it up without you guys, and then just take you outside for a quick view at how they ended up looking at the end. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see how it goes. But I have lots of other plants here to show you. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do next? So I went ahead and took them out. And here they are. There's the hook from Amazon I told you about. This is my front yard. Here is string of hearts, string of turtles. Here's my Norfolk Island pines that I raised from a little baby that me and my mom got at Trader Joe's. And I have a few Christmas ornaments on them. And then here's my other plant pole here right next to it. And then the short little bush right next to it is a camellia bush, which I bought because Daddy Mutt grew camellias back on the old family farm, and I miss it. So I thought camellias are a really special flower because of that. And I put my rabbit's feet fern, since they're in a little bit bigger of pots, that would be better suited to these pretty hangers. See the silvery rabbit's feet? Aren't they pretty? It's such a nice day out. It's like bright and sunny, but it's also really cool and crisp. Just the perfect weather to go for a walk. And isn't that green just looking so majestic against the, makes the macrame hanger look more teal now. I love this. Next, I got some succulents. So I got this little succulent planter. Isn't it so precious and sweet? It says love and it has flowers on it. I got this from Walmart.com. And I have a little hawthornia. And then right here I have a little living stone. It reminded me of my mom, and so I thought it was special because she loved living stones. She loved these little, like, almost looks like a little bonsai tray or something, and she would always plant succulents in them. She loved Hawthornia. So this made me happy. And then I got, this is also from, what I say it was called, Fantastic Gardens of Li.com, Long Island. And it is Echeveria Christmas. I've had these plants for weeks, so that dead leaf right there is on me. It arrived in beautiful condition, and it actually has this one, and like a little in the middle, so it's kind of like a triple. It's a really nice one, Echeveria Christmas. And I had gotten this one, I forget where I got this one. I think it might have been from Ace Hardware as far as the plant. But I'm wondering if this might be an Echeveria Christmas too, but it's just like a single. Because it looks so incredibly similar. I think it must be. And this little pot, I might have shown this one to you guys already. It's Better Homes and Gardens from Walmart.com. It already had a hole in it. Thank goodness. After you guys know, my last haul was a little bit of a rant. A lot bit of a rant. Because I had such terrible lucks with my planters. This is just one of my mom's terracottas. And then I have this. I got this planter. Yes, it did already come with a drainage hole in it. It was a 3-pack from Amazon. You'll see the other two. They're the exact same color and design, but it's just a small, medium, and a large. This is the small one. And then inside of it, I placed a heartleaf fern, which I also got from Fantastic Gardens of Li.com. I believe it's out of stock on the website now, but you can search heartleaf fern and find these available online through other websites. I think it's just such a pretty little fern. I got one last year in a little box that I got off Etsy that was like terrarium plants or like fairy garden plants or whatever, and I planted it in one of my pots that's out there in the fairy garden I made last year that I showed you guys. And so I wanted to get some more of them because I thought they were just such a pretty little fern that I had never heard of before. Well, when the freeze happened, I brought all these plants in here. They were in here for a good week or something that the freezes were going on. 2 out of the 3 shriveled up and died. This one, this is the one that actually I did not bring inside. I left it out there in the cold. And not only did it live, but it lived a lot more better than the 2 that I brought inside. So I still have the 2 that shriveled up and died. They're right there on the windowsill actually. But I haven't thrown them away because a fern is a hardy little plant. It does not like to die. And I think I can be salvaged if I just keep watering them every day and give them a few months to regenerate. I think I'm going to see some leaves on it, and I'll be, because I've had it happen before. The only fern that I have ever run across that just didn't seem to want to give me much of a chance and just was kind of a little wimp and just unfortunately rotted out and died was a beautiful bird's nest fern. And I really liked that thing. I really wanted it to live. That was one of the ones that I was trying to have, you know, indoor plants. And it would not stay alive for nothing. So if I ever get a bird's nest fern again, it will have to live outside. But yeah, that's the only one that I ever had. Every other fern I've ever had, though, I've had outside. And I have had one of them die on me in the past. And I just stuck it in a shady spot and watered it every time I would water my plants. Made sure to water it too, give it a nice good deep watering. And now I have, it's about this big, where it clearly has regenerated itself and grown back, even though it seemed like it was dead. So you know, give that a try if you have a fern die on you. And I'll show you here. See, he's shriveled up and dead, but like this one little leaf right here, he's still hanging on, this guy. So if I just keep paying attention to him and don't forget about him, I think he's going to be okay. But this is my pretty one for right now. Pretty, pretty. And on to the next section of plants, which is the big ones. Actually, before we get to the bigger plants, I found just a couple other smaller ones that I really wanted to show you that I had kind of slipped my mind for this video. The first one I also got from fantastic, what is it called? fantasticgardensofli.com. Yes, fantasticgardensofli.com, and it is called Echeveria Rignoni Topsy-Turvy. And I put him in this adorable white jack-o'-lantern planter because we like the spookies here. And look how pretty he is with it. Looks like a flower. I love Mr. Topsy-Turvy here. He's so cool. And then I think this is like new ones growing down here. Isn't that neat? So yeah, I'm really happy with him. And then this one is not new. I actually got this one months ago, but I don't think I ever showed it to you guys, and I really want to because it was a splurge and it's really special. It is an Aeonium Halloween. And I just love the purple hue. I believe this is called Robert Allen. It's metal, so it's very lightweight, and it comes with a drainage hole in it. Little 6-inch planter I got online. And yeah, the succulent has grown up so much and so large that it's become almost kind of like a little topiary tree, which is something that my mother loved, and she would have been so excited for that, and I would have definitely given her some pieces of this tree. We could have like split it and shared it. And she liked purple too. Yep. So it's pretty special. I've got dirt everywhere from doing this, but we're having a good time. Are you not sitting evenly? Why aren't you sitting evenly? Maybe it's just the weight of him. It's distributed a little uneven. So this next purchase here, I got from, okay, first off, the plant is just an angel wing begonia, okay? I used to have one back when my mom was alive, angel wing begonia. They're real pretty. They grow easily. They grow real big. They propagate easily. They're easy to keep alive. And the Christmas freeze killed him. Okay, that's the only reason why he died. So I haven't had one ever since the Christmas freeze of Christmas 2022. Back when we were just getting to know each other. And yeah, so I went ahead and got one. And then I put them in this beautiful pot that I'm about to show you. And it is from a website called familyhardware.com. I think they're based out of South Florida. And the name of it is Southern Patio Vado, V-A-D-O, 8-inch ceramic sea blue planter. The SKU number is 863040-3499, just in case anybody else is in love with it like I was. They require you to buy 2. But I went ahead and bought 2 because it was just what I wanted. Y'all know I got them beautiful big old planters from Sagebrook Home from Walmart.com, and they turned out to be trash, and I threw them in the trash. This didn't have a drainage hole in it, but it has drainage. It didn't have a drainage hole in this bottom part, but this is like a attached tray. It has drainage underneath of there, and then the drainage goes into the tray. But I always like to add another hole on the bottom because, I mean, I'm not going to use that as a tray anyway. This is going to be outdoors. So I just add another hole in this bottom piece so it wouldn't have to drain out the sides. It could drain out the bottom as well, just for extra drainage to be sure it's not going to get any root rot. That's just something I personally like to do, but it does have drainage that comes out these sides here into the tray. That, yeah, this is an 8-inch ceramic, $35. So I was able to drill this one, okay? And just get you a better look at, let's turn you around some. So I did buy 2 of these so I could meet the requirement to purchase online. And I'll show you what I did with my other one. So I'm very happy to have a nice angel wing begonia back again, and he'll get much bigger than this and flourish during the summertime. Just put him in a shady spot, you know, don't want to give him too much sun, but it's going to be great. The next one I got is a ZZ plant, which I always just kind of shrugged off as being too plain for me. But then I found this Raven ZZ plant. And then once I got to know Raven, I fell in love with the regular old green ZZ plant as well and started appreciating him for his simplicity and beauty and classic timelessness of just the beautiful standard green look and how wonderful that can be sometimes. And so this is the Raven one. I actually got 2 of these. And I have seen the Raven ZZ plants. If you buy them online, they're like $40 or $45. But they had these at Walmart and Home Depot for 20 bucks each. So I got 2 of them. And then this planter, they used to have it on Amazon. I think it's sold out. I found this on eBay. So I got 2 of the Ravens and 2 of these pots. They used to have it in an 8-inch, which is what this one is, and in a 6-inch. But I had to get mine on eBay because it was sold out on Amazon. So I don't know if you want to search Amazon, if anybody's wanting this, search eBay, search Google. The brand is Napco, Napco. And they make these in 8-inch. They make them in 6-inch. There's this beautiful orange, which I wanted to get because of my spooky vibes lately. I've been into my spooky vibes. They also have white with black stripes. And yeah, I just love the orange stripes and the black plant for a cute spooky vibe. So I have 2 of these and I love them. Make me so happy. Love it so much. And one tip that I read about is if your Raven ZZ plant starts coming out green, don't be alarmed because new growth, like the baby leaves, will start out green and turn black later. But if it seems to be that it's getting a lot of green on it and it doesn't seem to be turning black very much, then it's not getting enough light and you need to put that baby outside in the shade because he's not getting enough sun inside your house. Okay. They had ones that were outside in a greenhouse in Home Depot, for example. Those ones look like that. They're black. Then they had ones that were inside the store in Home Depot and they had green pieces all over them. They were not getting enough light inside. Okay, now, oh my gosh, we're really getting down to the end. I only have 4 more plants to show you. Okay, last 4 plants. Let's take a look. There's this one. So this is the same planter as I showed you before from familyhardware.com, the Southern Patio Vado 8-inch ceramic sea blue planter. And I bought this wooden stand from Amazon and it's adjustable to fit to different size pots. I think 8-inch is like the smallest it'll go, but it worked out really well. I think this has a really nice look. And then the plant I have inside I got from Walmart, and it is a Aglaonema silver something. I could find the name for you here. Let's see, Etsy. I love this plant. I think it's so pretty. So I'll tell you a little story about this, which is just a silly, insignificant little story. But Aglaonema. Silver. I've seen it for sale on Etsy. I think it's fairly common. It's called Silver Bay. Aglaonema. Is that right? Aglaonema. Aglaonema Silver Bay. So, you know, I just think like a plant is so special. Like certain things about certain plants are so special. And I think the first time that I ever encountered that special, nostalgic, something is special and magical and awesome about this plant is a sunflower. And I just have some kind of memory. I don't know if it was a dream. I don't know if it was like real life. I don't know if it was my mom that said it or my grandmother. But something about like, oh, those sunflowers are so beautiful. But they were just like fake ones. And so then I started to get interested to myself, like, what is so beautiful, like, stand out, and like, I don't know. It sounded like the way she said it, there was something different. Something kind of special. I don't know. And ever since that memory, maybe it was sometime around 2020. I don't know. When I remember having that, could be 2018. It must have been my mom that said it. Sunflowers have always been really special ever since then. And like, I've always been really drawn to them. And it seemed like my mom knew there was something special about them too. You guys know how like I've posted pictures of sunflowers and stuff before and talked about them before. Well, then the next one that there ever was my mom and I bought a Christmas cactus. Well, there's the Norfolk Island pines. But another one was also we got at Trader Joe's. Me and my mom were there and we each bought it's called Christmas cactus. Technically it's Thanksgiving cactus. You know, the standard holiday cacti that they sell in store. And it was like $6 at Trader Joe's, just like a little 4-inch nursery pot of it with a little foil around it for decoration or something. Well, mine ended up dying after a while. It was a really pretty, like, coral colored flowers. And I think my mom's has hot pink flowers. But anyway, mine died after not that much time. I think I had it in too much sun because I didn't understand succulents were not like cacti, and I thought that they were supposed to be in a lot of sun like cacti are, and they're really not. Succulents are like rainforest. They're supposed to be like very humid and like shady. Like imagine a rainforest is very shaded by lots and lots and lots of trees, very dense forest, right? That's what succulents are supposed to be like. So I killed it because out of ignorance. Well, my mom's lived, and when she died, I just saw that cactus sitting there. And I just knew that I had to figure out how to take care of it. I had a lot of disasters happen with it, and a lot of it has died back. It's not nearly as big as it was, but I still have it 2 years later. And I also bought a true Christmas cactus, a variegated true Christmas cactus, other types and other colors of Thanksgiving cacti. And it had a whole windowsill full of them, like this big, huge windowsill. Just collecting holiday cacti. I just felt like there was something special about this. There's something really special about this little plant. Well, and me and Bobby would go to, I'm getting so off on a tangent here. I'm so sorry. If anyone's watching, comment down below, tangent. Yeah, and we went to Georgia and we stopped at this place, Magnolia Plantation. Does anyone know about Magnolia Plantation? It's like this giant gas station place that has like all these like sauces and pecans and stuff. And they had this big giant pot there with a huge, I mean, you knew it had to have been passed down from generations of family or something. Really, really huge holiday cactus in the front window of the store. And I just saw that thing and it was just beautiful. And there was just something so special about it. And yeah, it's like something really special about like just a single huge old plant that somebody just takes care of, like a family friend. And anyway, right down the road from my house, there's a gas station. It's kind of a weird gas station because it's really huge and there's barely ever anyone at it for some reason. And it's really nice looking on the outside, but then on the inside, like, all their stuff is expired and they don't even carry like the right kind of Pepsi and stuff. Like, they don't I don't know if like people just go there and buy beer or what, but it's like has the look of a really nice gas station, but it's actually kind of like one of the junkier gas stations, if that makes sense. But anyway, they had one of these. And I didn't even know what it was at first. I thought it was a Dieffenbachia. It's an aglaonema. And a really big one in a pot sitting on top of a freezer right by the front window. So it could get a little light, you know? And again, it struck me. Something really special about that. And so I already have several different kinds of aglaonema. I really like them. But once I discovered this one, I said, I want that something special too, you know? And anyway, that's the story. I'm sorry it's not even that good of a story, but it's just a special feeling. And then this is the large size, I guess. Where's the medium one? What did I do with the medium one? This is the large size, I guess, of the 3 set of Amazon planters. So you can get this on Amazon. They come with holes in them already. And then I bought this stand separate. It's also from Amazon. This one is not adjustable, but it's just about the right size. I like the short little legs. I think it's a really cute look. And the plant I have inside is a green ZZ plant. And I just think he's really sweet and special and cute and awesome. And I love him so much. Isn't he nice? What should I call him? Comment down below if you think of a good name that I could call this plant right here. You know, like I have one succulent that I named him Timothy Cactus. And, you know, I only have, what other plants do I have names for? Timothy Cactus passed away in the Christmas freeze. I want to name this guy. Let me know. This next plant, the planter, is one that we saw in the last plant haul, Better Homes and Gardens. And the plant I got from Southern Horticulture in St. Augustine, okay? I hope you guys don't think that I'm wasting too much time by telling you where I got things, but I just wanted to, if anyone else is excited about this stuff and just thinks it's so beautiful and really wants to get anything, you know, I wanted to let you know what the deal was. So this is a philodendron pink princess. And as you can see, it's quite large. This planter is Better Homes and Gardens, okay? And I put them in here. I have never ever had a philodendron before. So if you know anything about them, let me know. Because again, I just think there's something about this that I really like. And I want to start getting into philodendron. And this is a nice, big, beautiful specimen. And I would like to be able to take very good care of it. Some plants have certain peculiarities. You know, like, for example, holiday cacti. I read about root rot with that one before, which has happened to me before and is definitely a real thing. They will get root rot if they stay too wet on their feet for too long. So I thought, oh, I'll just mist mine all the time then, and then it'll just be like leaf wet and not root wet. Well, one thing I learned is you can't do that either. They like to have their feet medium wet. Too wet and they will rot. Can't be wet all the time. But if you don't just mist them either, like a bromeliad, you can just mist that and it'll be fine all day long. But you can't mist a holiday cactus only. You have to also give it a deep watering. That was something that I didn't know. And that was something that I had to trial and error and figure out, you know. Because you Google these problems with your plants And they're so vague and they're so unhelpful. Like, you can look up what's wrong with my Christmas cactus and even put in the Google, specifics about what your problem is. I'm having, this, the leaves are turning white, whatever. And it'll come up with this whole article. They'll say, maybe it's getting too much water. Maybe it's getting too little water. Maybe it's getting too much sun. Maybe it's getting too little sun. It's like these articles are so unhelpful. It's like every single problem could have one side of the spectrum or the other side of the spectrum. And so then if you don't know what you're doing wrong, you would never be able to figure it out which one it is. Right? So yeah, if you know anything from your own trial and error, your own personal experience about philodendron, if they have any peculiarities, let me know. Oh, they like to get lots and lots of water all the time, or, any kind of quirky little thing like that. Let me know. I really want to succeed with this plant. I really think it's so beautiful and I like it a lot. And then the last but not least plant is also Better Homes and Gardens, and it's also from Fantastic Gardens. And let me find the name of it here. It is called... It's a fern, and it's a fern that I've never ever had before. Australian tree fern, Cyathea cooperi Brentwood. Cyathea, Cyathea, cooperi, Cooperi, Brentwood. Australian tree fern. And it was only $15, and it's a pretty good sized plant. I'll show you in 1 second. So this is also the Better Homes and Gardens resin planter in the other color that it comes in. And the Australian tree fern is this guy. Now, if you notice a little bit of imperfections on my plants, for example, that philodendron had one yellow leaf. This has a brown tip here on the end. We did just get finished with a freeze, you guys. Like a week and a half ago, I think is when the freeze ended. But it froze for a good week or week and a half long. It was freezing like every single day. I brought in a lot of my plants, but I didn't bring in all my plants. I didn't bring in these ones. So this is them with some minor damage from the freeze. Luckily, nearly everything made it through very well. And the only thing that I lost was my alocasia plants. I had some really nice alocasia plants that I lost. They seem to be very sensitive to cold, where that's another tip I can give you. If you have alocasias, bring them inside anytime it gets under, I would say, 50 degrees, a low of 50. Because I noticed them starting to die back and die off well before the freeze hit. It was still cold weather, but it was like in the 40s. It was definitely not freezing. So they seem to be more cold sensitive than most of my other plants are. So I would have needed to have brought them in a lot sooner than I brought in all my other plants, to avoid, like, they're a lot more sensitive to the temperature than all of my other plants. So, I do hope to get some more alocasia plants to replace the ones that died. Unfortunately, I had a bunch of them and they all died. I had like 6. But, well, I have this one left that has 3 leaves on it. That's my one I have left. So I lost like 5. My bad. I do hope to replace them, but I'm going to have to be very careful about them. I'm probably going to wait a little while before I replace them. There is the annual Flower and Garden Expo is happening in March in Elkton, Florida at Sykes Family Farms. Comment down below if you've ever been to that or if you're going to be going to it or anything like that. That's something that I attend every year, and I'm very much looking forward to it. And I probably won't buy any more plants until then. I think it's March 16th or March 23rd or something like that. I think it's the 16th. But yeah, I like to load up when I go to that. definitely. And I even bought a huge special wagon to take with me so I can lug all my plants around and make sure that I have a means to transport many of them to my car. I found this big, beautiful $200 purple wagon, like a big wagon you could carry several plants in. And I found one that was slightly used online for only $60. I feel like I got a pretty good deal on that. But this is the Australian tree fern. And then lastly, I just wanted to share something with you guys really quick, which is, you know, like, it never occurred to me all the different ways that you could lose somebody until I lost somebody that was so near and dear to me, you know, my mom. You know, I've lost so many people. I've lost friends, grandparents, uncles. You know, none of them was anything like losing my mom. And I just discovered so many different ways that life can bring you grief that you didn't even ever think about. And that you couldn't even possibly understand until it happens to somebody that's so incredibly close to you. But yeah, it's like all of these things, you know, her belongings, and things that were connected me to her in my mind, you know, and they get destroyed over time. And that's one of the ways that you have grief, you know. And so just a couple of examples that I don't know why, I just feel like sharing. Okay, I don't know why. I'm sorry if anybody doesn't like this, but like, for example, my mom's caboodle, she had this my entire childhood. She'd keep this in the closet, and it had all of her sewing supplies in it. This beautiful little light pink colored caboodles from back in the 80s or 90s, you know. And I always remember her having this and getting her sewing stuff out of it if she was going to like hem a pair of pants for me or something, you know. And I think eventually she must have like not needed her sewing stuff so much anymore and decided to get rid of it or put it somewhere else or something. And she gave me this, and I've kept makeup in it for years and years. Lots of makeup in it. Well, I went to get something out of it the other day, and I just flipped the latch, you know, like I always do, just flip the latch to open it, and it broke right off. And I was really upset about that. You know, and before anybody makes any comments about how, you know, it's insignificant, not only did I lose my mom's life, you know, but I lost the town we were going to go vacationing in got destroyed by a hurricane. I lost the ability to do that in her memory. I lost the vehicle that she left for me in a really bad car crash that was not my fault. I mean, I've lost a lot of way bigger things than this. But, you know, it's just, I feel like they happen all the time. Like, they happen constantly. Like, you guys know when I was on a video recently and I broke a pair of scissors that belonged to my mom, like Betty Crocker scissors. And I was like, oh no, not one more thing, not one more. You know, I just want to show you an example. Here's one more that happened just a few days later. Okay, and then this one just happened on Monday. So I would wear this necklace every single day. A lot of times it's underneath my clothes because I just, you know, I'm not thinking about it. So you probably don't see it every day, but I'm wearing it every single day. And it has silver cross on it, a sterling silver cross. Well, I joined my church and I got baptized only 2 months before my mom died. And when I joined the church, they gave me a little card and it said something to the effect of, here's your key to the kingdom or something like that. And it had like a little silver key charm on it. And I thought, oh, that's so cute, you know, like part of a kind of a welcome packet that they give you that's full of information about the church and stuff like that. And it had like a little blue cross bookmark in it and stuff like that. Just to be nice, you know, and make you feel welcome, I guess, when you're joining the church. And I took that little key charm off of the card and I put it on the necklace. And then every day for that 2 months between when I got baptized and when my mom died, I was wearing this every day. And I had the silver cross and then I had the little key charm, both on the same necklace. When my mom passed away and I went and I looked at her in her casket and I I took the key off the necklace, and she had her hands crossed in front of her down here, I think, and I placed the key on top of her hands. So she would have the keys to the kingdom. And then so she would have a piece of something that meant something to me. And so every day I would wear this necklace with the cross on it, and I would know that that key is with my mom forever. Well, Monday I took the day off because Bobby had a doctor's appointment, and then we went shopping afterwards and got some lunch and stuff like that. Had a great day, wonderful. I got home and the cross was gone. So that was a pretty big one for me because it was really special. And that's it. You know, I don't know why. I just wanted to share that, you know, if that speaks to anyone out there that, you know, maybe you have things like that too that happen in life. Maybe you can relate. I don't know. But I do want to leave you on one good note, which is that I will see you again next week. I have unboxings here to do. I have stuff for us to do. So we're going to do some good videos next week. And I'll just show you one close-up shot of these two biggest beautiful plants before I let you go. And I hope you have a wonderful day. So here is Philodendron Pink Princess. I really like her. I hope she'll do well. See how she's got two pretty big stalks to her. And then here's the Australian tree fern. Thank you for joining me.